Wednesday, March 19th, 2025, and we are still talking about Chuck Schumer. And it's funny. I love it when The View makes their hot topic about themselves, like they're they're the news. Um, but uh, you know, he's getting um, he's getting awfully full of himself. He's making the rounds. He's on all these talk shows and he keeps saying things about he deserves to be the leader. He is the leader. Um, that he's got this. He doesn't need to listen to the party because he's got this underlying understanding. I forget the phrase that he used. Something about his skeleton, or like somehow like he's got some sort of magic superpower. Like the more he keeps talking about this, the more he keeps justifying it, the more out of touch and kind of narcissistic he sounds. It's really um, it's not a good look. And I hate to agree with Amy Alyssa Farrah Griffin. I don't agree that he did the right thing, but she is correct that his messaging is terrible. He just doesn't know how to sell anything to the public. He's just not good at the digital. um, and you know, we need people and we need leaders who are capable of doing that. You know, we were talking yesterday about I think it was Tim Walz said nobody is, there isn't going to be one charismatic leader. Um, and but I don't think we need that. We're not looking for a messiah, we're looking for a movement, right? We want to be able to fundamentally oppose what is happening in DC by these uh, MAGA Republicans. And oppose vehemently and prevent as much as we can. And I get it. Sweet little Sarah Haynes. Oh, I believe in the courts. Well, I mean, that's the only thing that's holding us together right now. But as we saw in the second segment of Hot Topics, the Trump White House and administration doesn't give a flying fuck what the court says. And screw you, Amy Alyssa Farrah Griffin, about it still being adjudicated when it crosses the line. And thank you, Sonny Hostin. It crossed the line. There was a ruling. Don't let those planes leave. Turn those planes around, and that ruling was ignored. And Trump has said quite blatantly, and I think Sonny even quoted it. Like, I don't care what the courts say. So that in itself is a constitutional crisis. Thank you, Sonny Hostin, for standing up and the only one at that table who is actually saying, hey, we're already there. We've crossed the line. We're in crisis. Because we are. And the rest of them are just like, her barrel curls, just like, well, we need to do, we need to think about this. No, 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 no. We don't need to think about this any further. It's already over the line. And poor little Sarah defending the whole thing. It would have been much worse. And actually, no, it wouldn't have. If you go and look, there isn't a carte blanche for during a government shutdown. There is still a legal route, and they can't fire everybody. There's actually more rules about firing people during a government shutdown than there are without one. So Schumer's answer was bullshit. He's just a fucking corporate politician who doesn't want to take who didn't know how to um, message his way out of having the government shutdown be his fault, and it wouldn't have been if he had gotten any kind of negotiation. I didn't even think about this. He did zero negotiation to try to get some sort of bill that was bipartisan, get them to concede in any way whatsoever, but he didn't. So I hate to agree with Nancy Pelosi, but she's right. You got to do something. At least put the proposal and make the Republicans, deny the proposal. So anyway, that's all a mess. But I have to give an honorable mention to Sunny Hostin because she's literally the only one who's saying what I feel like a lot of us are feeling. She's got the fire. She's angry, and she knows how far gone we are. And it's not a joke to her, and it's not just a job to talk about it to her. This is people's lives. Um, so uh, it's interesting. I would like to stop talking about Chuck Schumer, but he really does need to step down. He was one of the people that tried to oust Biden. Where are all the people like stab him in the back, kids? Go right ahead, do it publicly. He did it to Biden. You can do it to him. That's another thing. Like, if you're not willing to stand up and say, I think he did the wrong thing, then you also don't have enough of a spine to be representing us. Just Jesus Christ. And Whoopi continually saying, it's up to you, it's up to you, go march in the streets. Okay, well, there's a couple of problems with that. One, people have like 40,000 jobs just to be able to afford to live. We don't all have time to go march in the streets. Um, I mean, some of us do. Um, but the other problem is, Trump has already um, made declarations about illegal protests, which is that's hard to say what's an illegal protest because we're allowed to protest under the First Amendment, and as long as it's peaceful. But uh, he wants people marching in the streets because he wants to be able to take the military to shut that shit down and arrest people and impose like a martial law. He wants that. So it's a difficult spot to be in. How do you protest but not feed into his fascist ideology? Who would have thought it would happen so quickly and be so dumb? When other empires fell, was it this fucking stupid? Because it feels really stupid. Trump canceled programs for $1 billion program that bought food from local farmers to feed school kids and food banks. That's money that's going that's sustaining family farms and feeding people. It's just because the cruelty is the point. And these people on these planes getting carted away, nobody knows who the fuck they are. We don't know if they're criminals. They got zero due process. Germany put us on a list of, it changed our status of travel because they're getting harassed and held up at the border trying to come into the country. It's fucking ridiculous. And this whole ICE thing is so fucking stupid anyway, because at least in the domestic ICE retention areas, those are all privately held and they have huge government contracts and they get more money the more people that they're holding in the country. We paid $20,000 a head for all those people to go to El Salvador. We're paying El Salvador $6 million fucking dollars to take all those people, and they just put them in prison. They didn't get a trial. They have no access to an attorney. That's not how we work in this country. Well, it's not how we're supposed to work in this country. Like this is Sonny is right. We have hit constitutional crisis. We've passed it. So that's what's happening on a hump day.